Welcome to the lecture, guys. In this lecture, we are going to continue our graph series of kinematics. So it is motion in 1D, and we are going to discuss the displacement versus time graph over here. My name is Anmol Kumar. I am MTech in Aerospace Engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and your instructor at IIT Pathshala at iitpathshala.com. You can contact me and you can give examination on the following site over here. So now let us start with our lecture. So guys, it is recommended for you guys to take notes, and you must watch the video till the end because I will be discussing every case over here. You can check out my other videos on kinematics. The link will be in the description, or the link will be given in the I button also. You can just click upside over here and you'll be having the link for the I button. You can check out the basic of the graphs from this video on the kinematics. The link is under the description and the link is on the I button also. Now let us have the recap of the previous section, then we'll proceed in the following section over here. So as I've told you that this is your function, and if you want to find the slope of this function at a particular point P, then what you can do is just draw a tangent at this particular point P as I've shown you in the purple color. Take the angle in between this tangent and x-axis, which is your theta, and then take the tan value of this theta and you will be having your slope. Fine with that? So tan value of this theta gives you the slope. Second most important point which I've told you was, if your slope is increasing, then you are having a smiling up curve. Okay, then you are having a smiling up curvature. That is, your curve is opening in the upward direction. And if you are having your slope to be decreasing in nature, then you are having your curvature as sad, or it is opening in the downward direction. These 2 points are the most important point which you have to remember, then we'll proceed. Now as I've shown you is my x versus t curve over here. This is denoting my displacement, this is denoting my time. So this is my position versus time curve over here. So instead of y-axis, I have taken displacement as my y-axis, and instead of having x-axis, I am taking time as my x-axis over here. Fine with that? Now what you can do is you have to find the slope of the following arbitrary function over here. Okay, now let us go step by step to that. So instead of making a tangent over here, what I have done is I've taken a very small chunk over here. I've taken a very small chunk, as you can see it, and I have magnified it by many folds over here. So as you can see, this line over here, this particular line over here is nothing but a straight line, and if I draw a tangent at this point, it will be parallel to this line. Fine with that? So as you can see, this is my line AB, or the chunk from this curve, or the part of this curve, let us say AB. So this AB part, which is nothing but in parallel to my tangent at a certain point P, which is in middle in between this AB, can tell me the slope. So as you can see, this AB is having a certain length ds. Fine with that? And on the x-axis, or the displacement axis, the length will be falling as dx, the length will be falling as dx, and on the t-axis the length will be falling as dt, where dx and dt are very small length on the x, or the displacement axis, and on the time axis, if you just plot them up. Okay, so this is your dt, this is your dx. Fine with that? So if you are having a very slight knowledge of the trigonometry, then you can complete this triangle. And as you can see over here, I have made a angle over here which is theta. As I've told you that this line AB, this line AB for the point P, if I draw a tangent at this point P, are both parallel to each other. So whatsoever angle I am having by my tangent will be equal to that of the angle which AB is making with respect to the x-axis over here, or the time axis over here. Sorry to say x-axis, but the time axis over here. Fine with that? The horizontal axis over here. So both of them, the line AB and my tangent, will be making the same angle, which is angle theta, with respect to my time axis or my horizontal axis over here. So now if you use the trigonometry, the tan value of this triangle, then it will be landing up with dx by dt. Fine with that. So hence you can say that on my xt curve, on my displacement time curve, I am having my slope as dx by dt. Now dx is nothing but the displacement, change in displacement. Dt is nothing but change in time, and the ratio is velocity. From the previous two lecture, you will be knowing it. Okay, so this is my velocity. So slope of this xt curve is nothing but my velocity itself. Now we will proceed further. Let us apply our knowledge to this curve over here. So as you can see, I am having a particle A, and the angle it is making with the time axis over here is 0 degree itself, as I have told you. So tan of that value will give you a answer of 0. So hence I can say that my velocity for this particle is 0. So I can say that at every point of time my particle is present at the same position. As you can see over here, it is present at the same position, namely x naught, over the duration of the time. So I can say that my body is at rest. Fine with that. Same goes for the particle B also. Now let us move to the next case where you are having your particle A and B at a certain angle. The graphs are at a certain angle. As I've told you that tan theta will tell you the velocity of both of the particle of or your particle itself. So as you can see, my particle A is making an angle of theta A with respect to my time axis or the horizontal axis over here. My particle B is making an angle of theta B or with the time axis over here. Fine with that. So tan of both of them value will give me the respective velocities of A and B itself. Now point to be noted here that both of them are having the same velocity for the whole duration of the time. If you are starting with the origin, as you can see, you are starting with the origin and you are moving to a certain point, namely point P over here, and if you make an angle over here which is theta, it will be same as that of theta A itself. So hence you can say that okay, I'm moving from O to P with same velocity, that I'm having the same velocity at O, also I'm having the same velocity at P also, because my angle is invariant, my angle is not changing. Okay, so I can say that my velocity in this case is constant or it is uniform. Fine with that. So I can say that this is the case of uniform motion because my velocity is not changing. Uniform simply means invariant of space, that you are moving in the space but your velocity of motion is not changing. Fine with that. Now, because these are the 10 values, let us compare the velocities in between A particle and B particle over here. So as you know that theta A is greater than that of theta B, and this is nothing but your trigonometric curve ratios of 10 value. Fine with that. So let us have our theta B equal to 45 degree and theta A equal to 60 degree. Let us have. So as you can see over here, at 45 degree my tan value is equal to 1 itself. My tan value is coming out to be 1 itself, and at theta A, which is 60 degree, my tan value is 1.732. So I can say that for the case of acute angles over here, because these both are acute angle, my angle A is greater than that of angle B, so velocity of A particle is greater than that of velocity of B particle, and both are in uniform motion, that is constant velocity motion. So now let us take the case of the retarded motion, the very most important thing over here. So the meaning of retarded motion is nothing but when your velocity is opposite to your acceleration. So if your velocity and acceleration are opposite in direction to each other, then you are having the case of retarded motion. So let us have the graph over here. So first thing first is the observation. So as you can see, I'm starting from the origin and I'm ending up at some point P, let us say over here. So at some point P, I'm having a positive x coordinate. Okay, I'm having a positive displacement over here. So I can say that I'm moving in the forward direction, that is I'm moving away from the origin itself. Now regarding the slope, so take 2 points over here, namely A and B, find the angle. as you can see it over here, that I am having an angle of theta 1 at the point A, and I am having an angle of theta 2 at the point B itself. Fine with that. So as you can see, my theta 1 is greater than that of theta 2, and this is the case of acute angle case. So from the table itself, which I have taken from the NCERT itself, I can say that the tan value of theta 1 is greater than that of tan value of theta 2. So assume theta 1 to be equal to 60 degree and theta 2 equal to 30 degree, and you are having the tan value of both of them as follow. So your tan theta 1 is greater than that of tan theta 2, so your velocity at A is greater than that of velocity at B. Fine with that. And note the point that both velocities are positive, both are positive velocity. Fine with that. So hence you can say that in the conclusion, because both the velocities are varying over here, the velocity is varying at every point over here, so there will be acceleration coming into the picture. And if I want to find the acceleration, it is nothing but v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1. Put the value over here. So I am having the value of v2 as 0.577 and the value of v1 as 1.7 itself, and t2 minus t1 will be positive because we are moving forward in the time. So acceleration is negative. So acceleration is directed down toward the direction of the origin. Velocity is directed against the origin or in the forward direction itself. So you can see that velocity is opposite to the direction of acceleration. So this is the case of retarded motion. Okay, so I can say that this is deaccelerated motion in which I am moving away from the origin. Let us have the most important point about the curvature itself. So as you know, if I want to find the curvature, then I have to compare the equation of my motion with the equation of parabola. So in this case, I have replaced the y by displacement and the time as my x-axis over here. Fine with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just writing a general equation of parabola over here, ax square plus bx plus c, and replacing the axis system over here. So instead of y, I'm having a displacement, and instead of x over here, I'm having time axis. So at square plus bt plus c. Fine with that. And I know that if my a value is greater than that of 0, then I am having a smiling up parabola which is opening in the upward direction. And if I having a value less than 0, then I am having a sad parabola or sad curvature which is opening in the downward direction. This is the basic theory which we have to know. If you don't know, just go to my previous lecture and revisit the theory itself. You can find the lecture in the description box itself. Okay, so as you can see it over here, that if I write the equation of motion s is equal to ut plus half at square, from the previous analysis I am having the value of acceleration to be negative. Just put the acceleration value over here, which is coming out to be certain negative value. So this equation is comparable to this equation. Okay, instead of s you can have x over here. So I'm having the negative value of a. I'm having the negative value of a, which is telling me that I will be having a sad parabola curvature over here. So it will be opening in the downward direction. Fine with that. Now let us have another case of retarded motion over here. As I've told you, velocity must be in the opposite direction to that of your acceleration. So let us have the following case. Now here you can see from the observation itself that this is my initial position and I'm moving in the following direction. So let us have this point Q, this instantaneous point Q. So what I'm going to do is just having the coordinate of this point Q as x and t. So I'm moving from a bigger value of x to a smaller value of x, which tells me that I'm moving from this bigger value to the smaller value. That is, I'm moving towards the origin itself. Fine with that. Now regarding the slope, take 2 points, namely a point, namely b point. Take 2 points over here and have the tangent at these points, namely theta 1, theta 2 will be your angles. Find the value of tan of these values. So let us say my theta 1, as I can see from the figure itself that theta 1 is less than theta 2. So I can say that theta 1, let us have 120 degree, theta 2 as 150 degree. From the tabulation, I can say that my theta 2 is greater than that of theta 1. So from the tabulation itself, I can say that tan theta 2 is greater than that of tan theta 1, because tan theta 2, that is tan at 150 degrees minus 0.577 and tan at 120 degree is 1.732 in negative. So 0.577 minus 0.577 is near to my 0 on the number line, so this value is greater. Fine with that. Now concluding part is that because velocity is varying over here, so I have to find the acceleration. Just put the value of acceleration v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1, in which t2 minus t1 will be positive because we are moving forward in the time. Put the value of v2 minus v1. v2 is nothing but minus 0.5 and v1 is nothing but minus 1.7, which is coming out to be positive. So as you can see it over here, I'm having a positive acceleration. This is my positive acceleration, which is going in the positive x direction. Fine. And I'm having velocities as negative. It is in the negative direction. So velocity and acceleration are both in the opposite direction, as you can see. So I can say that this is the case of retarded motion, in which the particle is moving with negative velocity, positive acceleration. Fine with that. Now about the curvature. Put the value of acceleration into the following equation of motion and you'll be landing up with the following equation. We are not concerned about this value of ut over here, so they can be any kind of constant. We are not concerned about them. We are concerned about the value of a itself. So here you can see that my value of a is greater than that of 0, so I am having a smiling up parabola. Fine with that. Now let us have the case of accelerated motion. So case of accelerated motion is such that your acceleration and velocity are in the same direction. Both are in the same direction. Now first thing first is the observation of the following curve. So as you can see, I'm starting from the origin and I'm taking this as my arbitrary point P, which is having a coordinate x and t. So this x is positive, this x is positive, so I can say that I'm moving forward into the displacement axis over here, or I'm moving away from the origin itself. Now let us have the value of slopes. So we have taken 2 points over here, namely y and z. These are my 2 points. Fine with that. Find the tangent, find the angle, find the tan of that value. So this is the case of acute angle. Because my theta 2 is greater than that of theta 1, I can say that tan theta 2 is greater than that of tan theta 1, and both are positive. Remember that both are positive. So I can say that my velocity is increasing, as you can see from the slope, and both are positive. Conclusions are if you find the value of acceleration, then it will be coming out to be positive itself. Just write the value of v2 minus v1. So I've assumed my theta 1 to be equal to 30 degree, theta 2 to be equal to 60 degree. Put the value from the following table over here and you will be landing up with the positive acceleration. So here you can see that my acceleration is positive, my velocities are positive and they are increasing. Okay, so both are in the same direction, so I can say that my motion is accelerated motion and my particle is moving away from the origin itself. Regarding the curvature, again put the value in the s is equal to ut plus half at square, and we are only concerned about the value of a itself. So a is coming out to be positive from the previous analysis. As you can see it over here, the value of a is coming out to be positive, so I can say that I will be having a smiling up parabola, or I will be having a curvature which is opening upward in the direction. Let us have the last case of the accelerated motion over here. So as you can see, curvature is something different. So let us have the observation first of the following motion. So as you can see that I am moving from this point to this point. Okay, so here this point is very near to origin, so I'm moving toward the origin itself. Fine with that. I'm moving in the negative x direction, and if you mark the theta values over here, you can see that this is the obtuse angle case, and I've assumed the arbitrary value of thetas over here as 150 degree and 120 degree. From the table over here, I can say that the value of tan theta 2 is greater than that of tan theta 1. But let me remind you that the velocities are negative, so they are in the direction of origin itself. They are in the direction of negative x direction. Fine with that. Now concluding part is that because these velocities are varying, then you have to find the acceleration again. Finding the acceleration, putting these two values over here, keeping in mind that t2 minus t1 will be positive because we are moving forward in the time, you will be having a negative value of acceleration. So as you can see here that I am having a negative value of velocities and I am having a negative value of acceleration. So I am having a negative value of both velocities and acceleration in the same direction. So I can say that this is the case of accelerated motion, but now we are going toward the origin itself. So our particle is moving with negative velocity, negative acceleration toward the origin itself. Now let us have the curvature. So s is equal to ut plus half at square, and from the previous knowledge we can say that my acceleration is coming out to be negative over here. So putting a negative acceleration over here, I know that a less than 0, if I'm having a less than 0, then I will be having a sad parabola case. Sad parabola, opening downward parabola case, opening downward curvature case itself. Fine with that? So guys, if you love my lecture, like my lecture, please give it a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe my channel, and please check out my other cool videos on previous lectures on kinematics, vectors. They are explained with various of numerical directly taken from the quota material itself. You can contact me on the following number, and you can have my classes also. I am giving free classes also, and I am giving paid classes also. So we'll meet you in the next lecture guys. Until then, goodbye.